Welcome back to another episode of Hawksology. Now, I know I've not been able to get recaps out on the last couple of preseason games. Yeah, like shout out school for the weekly batch of all-nighters. But anyway, I have a bunch of notes after looking back over each game that I'm still trying to organize and also incorporate into the offense and Trey off ball episodes. But I figured today, because it's been a minute, that we get started with some pretty awesome film breakdowns and look at some of the most fantastic passes from preseason. And so, yeah, let's hop right in and start with this one, which is actually off of a play called Pistol Touch Punch. As you see, DeAndre Hunter hits Garland with this touchscreen, which successfully forces a switch, because this play is often used to get a smaller guard in the post against either a bigger guard or a wing. And of course, the Cavs have this really small backcourt, but this next thing just shows you the high level of basketball that they play at, and that's Darius Garland calling over to pre-switch with Donovan Mitchell off of DeAndre Hunter in the post. But this is where Trae Young's court vision and basketball IQ are just off the charts, because he sees Darius Garland calling for this pre-switch and knows that this process means AJ Griffin is going to have a window of time to get a shot up. So as they start to initiate this process, the pass is already in the air, but not just any pass, it's an off the dribble, one hand hook pass all the way across the court right into AJ Griffin's shooting pocket. And as we've learned from preseason, AJ Griffin's a sniper. So Darius Garland's got zero chance to make it in time, and AJ Griffin drills this corner triple. And one more time, just so you can see how quickly Trae Young makes this read. Next one here, you've got the Holiday Bros playing this pin down action in the corner, and the rookie Dyson Daniels, who overplays not Justin Holiday, but the threat of Justin Holiday coming off of that screen. So he's focusing too much on the screen itself and not really paying attention to Justin. Justin says, okay then, and just sends it the other way with the backdoor cut, and Frank Kaminsky does a great job of quickly reacting and shoots the pass inside to Justin, but the read of where exactly he's got to place that pass is quite fantastic also, because if the pass is too low, Jose Alvarado might be able to get a hand on it, but more importantly, it significantly closes that window that Justin has to get the shot up with Larry Nance rotating over, which, as you see, isn't that big in the first place. So keeping the pass high and Justin catching it mid-air makes for a great bucket here, and also probably a great lesson for Dyson Daniels, as you see Jose Alvarado isn't too thrilled. This next one is also a pistol action like the very first play, but it's a play called 21 Chase, and that's DeJounte literally chasing to where he passed to, only to get it back and try to attack the baseline. CJ McCollum, however, does a nice job of recovering over here, but DeJounte still wants the baseline. So with the Onyeka screen coming here, DeJounte crosses to his left hand like he's going to use the screen, and you see CJ start to shift back over, only for DeJounte to pull this nasty cross back. And now Valanciunas has to help to stop the baseline drive. That frees up Onyeka, and DeJounte hits him with a nice pocket pass, but the Pelicans have no choice but to bring this help all the way from the weak side to stop Onyeka rolling. So look where our players are and look where the Pelicans players are. Whips it to JC, and it's Herb Jones now having to book it all the way over here to close out. And JC is going to take advantage of this, hit him with a nice little rip through to quickly shift his momentum and attack that weak foot of Herb Jones to get a step for a downhill drive. And now the Pelicans defense is in shambles. Help comes to stop JC, and he whips it to the wide open DeJounte Murray in the corner, who probably finds it amusing to watch these two Pelicans frantically scamper over there to try to at least close out. Meanwhile, Trae Young had been patiently waiting wide open up top, and Herb Jones makes a great read and hustles over there, only to once again have his overzealous closeout used against him. Notice how DeAndre Hunter and JC start flocking towards the wing up here to space out Ingram and Najee Marshall, just enough so that Trey can laser this pass with a little salsa on it right inside to Onyeka Okongwu for a two-handed punch. And one more time, because this is just elite ball movement, team basketball at its finest.
Okay, can we have a real conversation? That's a great pass by Trey Young.
We've got to do this one too. I'm pretty sure it was after an offensive rebound, as you see Serge Ibaka coming up on Vit Krejci at the top of the key. But Vit just burns past him with a nasty hezzy, and help, of course, got to come to stop the drive. And so Vit razzle-dazzle behind the back to Onyeka. Help comes from the wing, and it's an easy read to hit the wide open AJ Griffin, who drains it at the end of the shot clock. And one more time, another beautiful display of Hawks basketball.
Open three, got it!
This next one is a screen action with Trey and Frank Kaminsky, but unfortunately this gives the Pelicans the perfect opportunity to trap Trey and force him into the corner. But Trey stays really patient here, covering ground, while Valanciunas and Jose Alvarado continue to close down on him, plus Herb Jones getting ready to swat at a pass. But it's good to see this chemistry coming in because DeJounte is right in sync with Trey moving to the open space over here. And Trey, as he's literally getting cut off on the baseline, goes with an insane left-hand hook pass off the dribble as he's falling out of bounds all the way up to the top of the three and perfectly in the hands of DeJounte, who catches home the trifecta. And just one more time, because you got like an 11 out of 10 degree of difficulty on this pass. But back to the first preseason game, and you got this DeJounte pick and roll with Onyeka, and Grayson Allen is going to quickly go under to try to stop DeJounte on the other side, but he's going to do it the Grayson Allen way, which means trying to hoist Big O out of his way. But this is instant karma at its finest because DeJounte is actually going to go the other way, and the overzealous Grayson Allen is kind of just in the dust now. And so Brook Lopez has to stop both of these guys attacking downhill. DeJounte makes a decision really quickly though, and that's threading the needle right under the big man's arms, right into the hand of Onyeka Okongwu, who gets the lay-in plus the foul. And this is just a prime example of the Bucks drop coverage being in shambles like I mentioned in the last episode. But yeah, this next one's a sideline out of bounds. Trey gets it to Clint, who gives it back to Trey for a screen action, but Raul Neto is going to hustle over there to deny Trey from using the screen and force him to his left, otherwise known as the weak coverage. Clint Capella does a great job of reading that and resets the screen to momentarily deter Raul, and now he's got to go over that screen to recover. But note, the Cavs are essentially going to do whatever they can to stop Trey from running a pick and roll. That's the point of Raul weakening Trey, and also the point of this brief hedge by Robin Lopez, and also of Isaac Okoro also stepping up over here. But anyway, Robin Lopez is paying so much attention to Trey while he retreats back to the rolling Clint Capella, but he's not aware of what Trey is looking at, and that's this. It's such a small window, but off the dribble with his left hand, in spite of the swarming Cavs defenders, Trey is right on the money, in sync with Clint, so that he can quickly drop it in the basket. And one more time, because this pass is just crazy. Last one here, and this is the setup for those 77s or staggered screens that we've always ran, except JC's going to slip, but Herb Jones is keeping an eye on Trey and still expecting that second screen to come from his left. He overplays that just a tad because Onyeka then instead flips the angle of his screen to the other side, which puts Valanciunas right on help duty. But as you see, Herb recovers as the Pelicans once again try to trap Trey. But Valanciunas being here means that Onyeka is free to roll to the basket. But Trey is that brilliant to be able to hit the open man. Oh, which, by the way, is not Onyeka. It's DeAndre Hunter over here in the corner, because CJ McCollum comes down to help on Big O, but it's almost like Trey predicted that rotation, because with the towering Valanciunas, he would have only had a split second to see and then make the read as to where the help is coming from. And still, of course, as Trey leaps out of bounds and shields off Valanciunas from swatting that ball, literally trying to salvage any extra room he can, he drops this magnificent dime to Dre. Perfect pass, perfect swish, both these guys right on the money. So that's all for today. Again, I know I'm behind, but we move because the Hawks regular season is so close. I unfortunately won't be in attendance of the home opener against the Rockets, but Friday against the Magic and Sunday against the Hornets, I'll be there. Feel free to hit me up. I'm always down to chop it up with fellow Hawks fans. But also definitely, I'm going to be watching very closely. Probably also gathering some from the floor content. And yeah, I'm super excited for all of it. Thank you guys for sticking with me. And as always, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.